Welcome Libra, this is Regina Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your February full moon reading in Leo on the 5th of the month. It is called the ice moon, the snow moon, among other names, the hunger moon, describing the lengthening of the days and the last full moon of the winter. So as the days stretch towards the sun, we are also looking for attention, care, and validation of our place in the universe. I'm going to get started, Libra, with your overall energy for this reading, the Six of Wands. This card shows you recognizing the struggle, the battle, the effort, the monumental collective effort that you're a part of. You are successful. You are receiving accolades, rewards, and recognition for the successes that you have been able to achieve along the way within this larger social struggle, this struggle for growth, for advancement, for success in some critical area of your life. Because the full moon is illuminating the area of your life that is associated with humanitarian efforts, with your larger tribes and associations. I do feel that you are engaged in some of larger social activist themes in your community, in your professional life, your work, or even your domestic environment. So this card of victory is giving you attention to the balancing out and the harmony of your efforts with and among others. The 10th house, the house of your social identity, the Eight of Wands, and this is indicating that those very forces of the desire for growth, to communicate, to move, to make motions is being done in concert with others. You are making, again, this socially active effort that is having a much larger impact than you could singly have on your own. And you are doing this by organizing in conscious intention as part of a tribe, a community, a team. And it is generating not only a lot of movement, but a lot of communication, and information is being gathered along the way as you move, again, rapidly towards a target. In the first house, we have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is indicating this illumination that you're experiencing, I would say specific to this full moon in Leo, where you are understanding the collective desire to integrate this hunger for the truth, this hunger for the light as we move towards the summer solstice. And this is also about your personal illumination and focus on your goal being the truth, fairness, inspiration, and the ability to share ideas and be inspired by others, so that you are articulating your goals, you are talking about them, you're engaged in conversation, debate, even discourse. You may be facilitating, putting together something, a framework in writing, in a form of written expression, as well as public speaking, being the voice or the presentation of this particular body of ideas that are intended to solve problems that exist in your social environment. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your roots, your history, the Ace of Wands is again reinforcing the desire for a new beginning, and where truth is your personal focus, your daily and mundane focus throughout all your activities. The desire to grow is what is spurring and inspiring you to advance, to move into unfamiliar territory, to look at the alliance that occur between you and a diversity of others. So this is your willingness to move into what is unfamiliar on the surface, but what unites you underneath. In the 7th house, the house of your significant others, we have the Page of Pentacles. And this is important for you, Libra, because the 7th house is your natural arena activities, your relationship, the balance in your relationships, where you give and receive. And this card indicates your openness to learning new ways to do things, your openness to learn, to plan, to strategize, to build a process of gaining greater security, comfort, stability, so that the entire team, certainly you and your audience, you and your colleagues, you and your tribe, or you in all of your relationships, reflecting this desire for security, comfort, and stability. In the 1st house, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Wands in the 2nd house and the Page of Swords in the 3rd house. You have a great deal of confidence occurring, courage, as you move into this full moon energy. And this full moon is powerful. We're beginning to experience the energy even now, and it will last for a good solid week around the actual lunation on the 5th. So you are gaining courage. The courage of Leo is taking you with a conscious desire to move towards your sun, your clarity, your happiness. And this desire to illuminate your passions is what is giving you the courage and confidence to face others, to interact, to balance out a collective or communal conversation. You are continuing to focus on ways to express with words, either written, spoken, oral, ways to learn about the experience of others, ways of learning how to collectively learn, how to collectively share truths, some of which are very challenging, some of which may be painful and may require this collective understanding that this is done in the interest of service, in the interest of elevating and lifting all voices and supporting others to empower their own voices. The Ace of Wands in the 4th house is clarified by the Empress in the 5th house and the 10 of Wands in the 6th house. As you pull more and more into this energy of receiving the rewards and blessings that reflect your own efforts, your own ability to create and generate new ideas, to be resourceful, you are releasing the expectations of others. You are completing and laying down your burdens that you have undertaken on behalf of others, understanding that you are fulfilling now your own expectation, your own desire to support others in this collective conversation and creation, this building towards a dialogue, a relationship with one another that is respectful of our differences and encourages everyone to have a temperate voice. This is providing you with a tremendous amount of physical relief, and I'm suspecting that your health has been a part of this process, has reflected this process in as much as you are looking to shift the way that you care for yourself in terms of being efficient and productive in your life. What your routines and habits are, you are now challenging them yourself, and you're releasing the old ways of doing things so that you can begin to implement the care that is being reflected in your efforts. This Empress energy, that the Queen of Wands, the confidence, the courage is supporting you to recognize your own natural position as resourceful, as generous, as abundant, with a focus on the empowerment of the expression of all involved. The Page of Pentacles in the 7th house is clarified by the 6 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in the 9th house. You are really looking at balancing not only your professional, business, or work efforts, but also your relationships with others. This is as much about recognizing the access you have to the distribution of resources. You're in a position to empower others, showing them how to gain voice, to gain resources for themselves, but also in a position to distribute those resources that can help others. So you are recognizing that the desire for balance and harmony within your own relationships is a reflection of the relationships that exist in your social environment, and your power to impact those, to balance those, to shape the discussion or the way in which resources are shared. In order to do this, Libra, you are pulling into your ability to detach yourself from your emotions, to be truly empathetic by, again, being curious about the experiences of others, to invite a conversation, to continue a conversation that does not assume or judge the intentions or experiences of others. And this is key to your ability to somewhat dispassionately but empathetically contribute to distributing resources and tools that others can then be empowered to utilize. The 8 of Wands in the 10th house is clarified by the 2 of Cups in the 11th house and the Ace of Wands in the 3rd house. So the Ace of Wands is a repeat. And the 2 of Cups in the 11th house, this is where you are being illuminated by the full moon that is upcoming. So that this ability to, this desire to balance your resources, your relationships, to really look at the way that you give power, that you take power, and to whom and for whom you're doing that. So that as your expectations have shifted in a practical way from the needs and desires of others, your avid fulfillment of that, away to, from that to the expectations that you have of yourself as you develop this clear and firmer relationship with yourself, with your higher self. This is you recognizing that your ability to caretake, to understand the needs of others, your empathy, the desire to harmonize, comes from your desire to balance out the assertive and the receptive energies within you. And as you gain greater peace and ownership of those skills, without projecting those onto others or expecting others to give you things that you must give yourself, you can give yourself. This is reflected in your relationships, and you may make a meaningful connection a significant connection through your humanitarian associations or tribes. This is reinforcing your desire and your recognition that you are growing in a new direction, that you are moving away from the ways in which you are concretely skilled, that you are already familiarly experienced, and moving in again to distant shores, to the horizon, the desire to expand to unfamiliar territory is reinforced by offers and opportunities you may be receiving to do that. I'm going to finish off this reading, Libra, with an oracle card, and I've pulled growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I thank you for this reading. I hope it has helped you. If you've liked or enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, Namaste.